So let's go ahead and get started then. Take a comfortable seat. I'm on a block if that's going to help you kind of get the right kind of pelvic tilt for you to open up your hips a little bit. I highly recommend getting up onto a block or maybe a folded blanket or a folded sweatshirt. Just elevate your hips at least a couple of inches so that they're a little bit higher than the knees. And once you're there, let's go ahead and just take the hands down onto the lap, finding some way to maybe either taking the palms down onto the lap to ground yourself, or maybe having the palms face up if there's a lot coming at you and you feel like there's a lot to catch and you just need some peace of mind as you're doing all that catching and accepting. When you're there, go ahead and close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Do that as many times as you need just to feel like you have found your place here, giving yourself some time. Maybe roll out the shoulders as you do that breathing. So maybe roll the shoulders up as you breathe in. Slide the shoulders back and down as you breathe out. Do that a couple times if you so wish, linking your breath and your movements. Good. And again, keeping those hands down at the lap, either palms up or down. Try to lift the crown of the head up. The bottom of your chin is parallel to the floor. Tighten up in your core, not like you're really sucking in the gut, but kind of like you just have a corset around you just to keep everything pretty firm, especially since we're going to focus on the lower back. So bring your attention to that whole core space. The belly, especially right around the navel and just underneath, down to the sides. And circle your attention to the lower back. So getting into the lumbar area, focusing on all of those vertebrae, and then also all the way down through the sacrum, coccyx, really kind of focusing on all of those parts right in there that help you link the lower back to the pelvis. Check in with the front of the legs in terms of the hip flexors, since those all connect to the lower back muscles. And let's get some exploratory movement in. So lift the arms up as you breathe in. And then reach the right hand behind you. Left hand comes over to the right knee. Just take a very gentle twist. Keep your back as tall as possible. You'll probably feel this more in the mid spine than the lower back, but check in with the mid spine too. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and lift the arms up. And breathe out. Take the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you. Again, straighten up the spine as tall as possible. And then go into your spinal twist. Nothing too deep. Again, it's just an exploratory motion here. Inhale, lift the arms back up to the sky. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. If you're on a block, let's go ahead and remove the block or any other prop that you may be sitting on. And turn sideways so you can see me. We're going to take a forward fold here. Do note which foot is in front. Right now, my right foot is in front. So keep your arms up nice and high. Biceps are by the ears. Get a nice tall spine. Breathe in. Breathe out and try to reach your chest as far forward as you can go without curling. The moment that your spine curls, lift the heart back up and take the hands down to the mat. So you might be way up here, only, coming forward about 10 degrees, and that's okay. If you can continue to inch your way forward with a long spine, great, go ahead and do that. Just notice what's going on in the lower back and the hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. See if you can come in a 1/4 inch lower. As you breathe in, reach the sternum forward. So again, you're really trying to keep that flat back. Keep the chin tucked into the throat. As you exhale, 1/4 inch lower. Good. Your next breath in, you're going to start walking your hands back, lifting the spine back upright. Again, noticing the foot that's in front, and let's go ahead and switch so that we even out the lower back and the hips. Lift the arms up again, biceps stay by the ears. You might want to turn your palms so the pinkies turn inward. That will help you drop your shoulders. Take a nice big breath in. And then breathe out. Again, reach your heart forward. The moment you feel that curl coming into your spine, take your hands down. Work with your breath. So I'm going to demo from up here. So if your spine is pretty flat, again, coming down about 10 or 20 degrees or so, that's great. Just continue to pull your sternum forward as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, maybe walk your fingertips forward a fraction of an inch so that your chest comes down a little bit lower. Again, we have this tendency to pull our chin forward, thinking that that's going to help us reach everything forward. It's just crunching the back of your neck. So keep your chin pulled in toward your throat, like you're holding a ball underneath your chin. Take a big breath in and breathe out. See if you can come down just a slight touch more. Good. And then lift back up. Flatten out your palms and come up to all fours. Let's take some cat-cow, breathing in and lifting up the tailbone, lifting up the gaze. Breathe out, turn your tailbone in or towards center, and then let the head come down last. Inhale, reach the tailbone to the sky, lift the head last. And then curl, tailbone down, head down last. Sinuously moving your spine with your breath. Link your breath to your movements. Take a couple more. Good. Neutralize your spine. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, wag your tail over to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Good. And then bring it back to center. And then look over the right shoulder. Swing your hips to the right. Wag left and right a couple of times. Get into your obliques. Kind of check in with the sides of the hips. You might be getting a teeny stretch there. Good. And then once you're even on left and right, go ahead and pull back to neutral. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, reach your hips back for a brief child's pose. Check in with the low back. Breathe in, come back up to all fours. Breathe out, tuck your toes back to down dog with bent knees. Inhale, back to all fours. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale to all fours. Exhale to down dog. We're going to take one more round. Knees down, breathe in. Breathe out, child's pose. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Pausing here, keep your knees bent so that you can relax your low back. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Bring a little bit more space between the tops of the shoulders and the bottoms of your earlobes. And let's pace out the legs. Right leg goes straight. Feel into the back of the calf and the Achilles. Nice. Rebend that right knee. As you exhale, let the left leg go straight. Again, feeling into the back of the leg. Good. Rebend left knee. And now maybe both legs can go a little bit straight or go straight or a little bit straighter. Check in with your low back. Maybe wag your tail left and right. Kind of shift your hips, kind of move your legs like pistons so that the pelvis moves around. You can get into the low back. And then settle. Maybe the knees bend so that you can give your hamstrings and your low back a break. Maybe the legs go straight. Nice. Take your right leg to the sky. Stack your hips and bend your knee. Circle out your ankle as you breathe in. And take it the other way as you breathe out. Good. Extend your leg again. And then take the foot forward between the hands. Come down to your left knee. Cushion it if you need to with your sweatshirt or a blanket. Lift up your heart. And then as you exhale, pull that right leg kind of straight. You still have a pretty significant bend in the knee. Your right rib cage is resting against your right thigh. Just check in with that hamstring. Breathe in and come forward again. Breathe out and pull back. Keep that right knee bent. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, pull back. Let's do one more round. Breathe in, come forward. Breathe out, come back. Again, you're really just kind of checking in with that hamstring. Hold here. Maybe that right leg can go a little bit straighter. Maybe you can lift your ribs away from the thigh so that you can fit a broomstick between your low belly and the top of your leg. Wag your foot left and right. See which of the sets of hamstrings is the tightest, where you might need to bring a little bit more focus. Keep flexing the right foot. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, take the sole of the right foot back down, lift off of that left knee, and let's bring it back to a down dog. Let's take the left leg up to the sky and do the same thing. Stack the hips, bend your knee, circle out your left ankle. Draw the circles the other direction. Good. Extend the leg nice and long. Gaze forward and step the foot between the hands. Come down to the right knee again. Bring a cushion to it if you need it. Lift up your heart. As you exhale, pull the left leg straight-ish. Keep that bend in the knee, the ribs against the thigh. Pull forward as you breathe in. Pull back as you breathe out. Forward again, breathe in. And back. One more time, pull forward. And let's pull back and pause. Swing your hips back to the center line. Maybe the left leg goes a little bit straighter. Push down through the ball of the left foot. And then again, wag your foot left and right. Check in with the hamstrings on the left. Move slowly enough so that you can actually really feel like, is it the inner hamstrings or the outer or the center ones that need a little bit more attention? Bring your awareness there, breathe in. And as you breathe out, slide that left foot back down, sole of the foot comes to the earth. Lift off of that right knee, and we're just gonna step forward into a forward fold. Feet are about hips width distance. Let your body hang, so keep your knees somewhat bent so that your ribs can rest against your thighs, protect your lower back. Let your mid spine and upper spine just kind of release down to gravity. If you feel like you need a little bit of traction on the top and mid spine, wrap your arms like you're just folding your arms and bring the forearms to the back of the head, kind of like at the base of the skull. So you get a little bit of gentle pressure there. You're not pushing, just kind of resting. You can also sway left and right, getting into your lower back. Good. If your arms are wrapped in any way, go ahead and release the arms down. Let the body hang for a moment. Straighten out the right leg. Again, test your hamstrings. Rebend the right leg, straighten out the left. Good. Straighten out both legs to your ability. And then let's rise all the way up to the sky. Lift up the arms, breathe in nice and big. And breathe out, take the hands down to heart center. Before we really start moving, bring some breath to an intention. Do you want to focus on the lower and mid spine, hamstring area? Is your intention just something a little bit more emotional, just to let go for a moment for the rest of the hour? Or maybe it's the breath. Particularly if you feel like you might still be kind of up in your thoughts, maybe bring your awareness into your exhalations, especially. Calming yourself down, letting your body ease as you focus on those exhalations. Let's do 2 half salutations. Breathe in and lift the arms up. As you breathe out, take your forward fold, soften your knees as you go. Again, protecting that low back. Halfway lift as you breathe in, get your spine parallel to the mat. Breathe out, come back down. Maybe straightening your legs a little more. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, hands down. One more, breathe in. Breathe out. Halfway lift. And reach all the way down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands down. Sun A, couple of rounds, breathe in. And breathe out. Move with intention here. Breathe in, halfway lift. Get your spine nice and long. Focus on your hips and your low back. Exhale, reach down, step that right foot back. And left foot, breathe in. Get nice and tight through the core. And then breathe out. Bring your knees down for this first round. Elbows reach straight back. Chest and chin hit the floor. Inhale, come into your cobra. Pull the shoulders down. Good. Tuck your toes and reach your hips up. Pause here. Couple of breaths. Good. Let's take that right leg up to the sky. And as you breathe out, take that foot between the hands and the left foot comes up. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift through your mid-spine. Really focus there. Pull the crown forward. Exhale, release down. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. Half lift. And reach down, left foot back, right foot back. Hold here in plank again, really tuning into your core, helping out your spine. Use your quads to help you get nice and straight. On an exhalation, either bring your knees down or not, come into your push-up. Inhale into your back bend. And then exhale, reach the hips up and back. Good. Reach the left leg up to the sky as you breathe in. And then breathe out. Take the foot between the hands. Right foot comes up. Halfway lift again. Focus on your low back and your mid spine. Get a nice flat back. Exhale, reach down. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale the hands down. Good. We're going to focus on L series to open up the hip flexors to get us into the psoas. So lay a blanket down if you know that you have sensitive knees. And let's move. Breathe in. Lift the arms up. Reach down. Breathe out. Half lift. Reach down and send the right foot way back. Come down to the right knee. Inhale. Lift up the heart. Lift up the arms. And we're going to pause here. Feel into that right hip flexor. Square your hips. So push into the left foot, squaring that left hip back and right hip forward, taking some of the pressure off of the right hip flexor and the right knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take the hands down. Step that right foot forward. Halfway lift, clasp your hands behind you, extend your arms, fold your way down. Inhale into chair. We're gonna make this chair dynamic for a moment and get into our backs as well. So sit a little lower, breathe in and reach your chest up. Arms will come up a little bit higher too. As you reach forward and down, breathe out. Maybe your pinkies can touch the floor. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, pivot forward. Lift up, breathe in. Exhale, reach down. This time, inhale, lift all the way up to standing. And exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. And again on the other side, breathe in, lift up the arms. Breathe out, reach down. Half lift. Exhale, reach that left foot way back. Come down to the knee. Inhale into your Anjaneyasana. And again, we're going to refine the pose here. So biceps are by the ears. Push into that right foot, squaring that right hip back. Try not to be like right on top of that left knee. You want to be reaching forward so that you're getting into your hip flexor. So feel that stretch in the front of that left hip. Push more weight into the right foot to take some of the weight off the left knee. Take a nice big breath in. As you breathe out, reach the hands down, step the left foot forward. Halfway lift and clasp your hands. Take the awkward grip. Extend your arms out and fold. By the way, if you need to modify this for your shoulders or elbows, just grab opposite elbows. As you breathe in, drop your seat and come into chair. We're going to do this dynamically once again. Sit a little lower. Good. Now, inhale, lift up your chest. As you exhale, reach the chest forward and down. Pinkies may touch the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Feel this in your lower back. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, come down. Inhale. Exhale. This time, breathe in, lift all the way up to standing. And breathe out, hands come down to heart center. Pause here, close your eyes. Soften your gaze, feel into the soles of the feet. And then bring your awareness back to your breath as it's helping to engage and bring awareness to your core space. Again, you're not really sucking in the gut. You're just kind of feeling nicely supported, especially on the exhalation. Check in with the hamstrings, front, sides, and backs of the hips, and the lower back. Good. Blink your eyes open. Draw the arms up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, take a forward fold. Let the body hang here. Soften your knees a touch. And just notice how the hamstrings are feeling right now. Keep that awareness. And draw that left foot back, setting yourself up for a warrior two. So make sure the outside edge of the foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Spin that left arm back. Reach forward with the right. Gaze is over the right fingertips. Look down and to the inside of your right knee. Make sure you can still see your toes, or at least the first couple of toes. Push into the feet and feel like the feet are coming in toward each other. So too, are you doing that with your shoulder blades? So really trying to engage the shoulder blades here, especially if you need a little bit of mid-back work. Breathe in. Breathe out, sink the hips. You may need to widen your stance. Breathe in. And out. Flip the right palm, reach up and back, coming into a reverse warrior. Feel the side body stretch here. Good. And then reach the right elbow down onto the thigh. Lift that left arm up and over. Feel nice and long on the side body, but see if you can bring your awareness to like the sides of the hips, like right where the core and the hips meet. So really reach, push down with that left foot, reach through the left fingertips, like you're trying to grab onto the corner where the wall and the ceiling meet. Keep that shoulder blade down though. Good, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift back up to warrior two. Straighten out your leg, and let's take it into Trikonasana. Reach as far forward as you can with that right hand. Bring it down onto your shin, a block, or the floor. Pull the hips forward. Bring those shoulder blades back. Scoop the right ribs forward and up, like you're trying to get your rib cage parallel to the top or to the ceiling. Looking up at your left thumb. If it's too much on your neck, look down at your right toes. Breathe in. Let it go. Breathe in and draw your awareness back to your intention. Breathe out, ease into the pose. Feel the right hamstrings. Feel the core space. Good. Lift yourself up. Turn your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Look down at your feet. Make sure that the outside borders of the feet are pretty parallel to each other. Toes are in roughly the same line. And then turn your heels out slightly. Hands to the hips. Breathe in. Look up. As you breathe out, push the hips back. Reach forward with the sternum. So it's a lot like what we did at the very beginning. You're really trying to keep that flat back. And then bring your hands down when you start feeling a curve. You may need some blocks under you, but try to maintain a nice flat spine. Again, chin tucks in toward the throat. Another breath in. And another breath out. And then don't worry about the straightness of the spine. Just drop into it. Soften your way down. Let your head go. Really feel what's going on in the hamstrings as you bring your weight toward your toes. So not lifting out of the heels so much as just getting a little bit lighter in the heel, heavier in the toes. If your hamstrings feel like they're doing pretty all right, it's a little counterintuitive to deepen the stretch. You're not going to walk your feet further out. You're actually going to heel toe your feet in toward each other and see if you can still come down just as low and get into those hamstrings. Good. Wherever you are, reach up just a little bit with the torso. Pivot on your feet. So your right foot is in front, left foot's in back. Bring your left knee down and have a seat. So your left foot is to the inside of the right thigh. Right toes are up to the sky. And we're going to take something like Janu Sirsasana. So take the arms up to the sky. Breathe in. We're going to work dynamically here again. Working with the chest coming toward the toes. Try not to collapse in the front body. Breathe in. And breathe out. Reach the chest down just to your degree, about 45 degrees, maybe. Lift back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. See if you can come down to about 45 degrees. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. 45 degrees. Take the hands down onto some piece of leg, wherever you can reach while you maintain that nice long spine. Push down through the ball of the foot, lift up on the pinky toe edge. So you're trying to get a little bit longer on the inseam of the leg. If you're grabbing onto some piece of leg, that makes it a little bit easier to pull that leg back and punch the chest forward. So try to get nice and long in the spine. Without jutting the chin forward, pull that chin back. Again, like you have a ball underneath your chin. Good. Big breath in. And big breath out. Come down to your degree. Again, just maintaining a flat spine. So if you can get your heart down to your shin, that's what you want. Don't worry about getting your nose to your knee. Use your breath to get there. Keep pulling the sternum forward. Keep reaching back with the tailbone. Good. Big breath in. Sigh it out and come down just a 1/4 inch lower or more if you can. Good. And then lift back up. All right. And then we're going to switch our legs. So take that left foot forward. Actually, this is just going to be a very ungraceful transition. I didn't plan this out well enough. Come to a down dog, however you want to get there. My apologies. Not so graceful, but I'm sure that you guys are doing it beautifully. So check in with left and right. It's going to be super different on the backs of the legs. Just take note. And let's make sure that you're nice and even. Step that left foot forward. Ground down through the right heel. Again, you're going to set up for a warrior 2. So make sure the outside border of the foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Pinwheel your arms up, coming into your warrior 2, letting your feet really sink into the mat and pull the heels in toward each other. Same thing with the shoulder blades. Pull them in toward each other as you're reaching out. Breathe in and out. Maybe sink a little lower. Make sure that you're also double checking that that left knee is just over the heel. When you look to the inside of the knee, you should be able to see your big toe. Good. One more big breath in. Release the breath out. Turn that left palm to face the sky. Reach it back. Breathe in. And breathe out. Reach as far forward as you can. Draw that left forearm onto your thigh. Right arm up and over. Pull the shoulder blade down. Spin the hand. I should have cued this on the other side too. My apologies. Spin the hand so that the palm faces the wall behind you. The pinky is facing the floor. That will again help you drop your shoulders, kind of like when you were spinning your fingertips in toward each other to drop the shoulders in the forward fold earlier. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Really reach through the right fingertips, push down into that right foot. Feel the stretch on the top, well, on the side of that right hip and the right flanks. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you breathe in, let's bring it back up to a warrior 2. Sink a little bit. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reach back into a reverse warrior. And then let's reach it as far forward as we can, coming into Trikonasana. Again, you're trying to push the hips forward, lean the chest back, and scoop those left ribs under and up. Looking down if you need to, looking up if you can. Good. Lift back up. Turn your toes to face the long edge of your mat. And again, just make sure that your toes are roughly in the same line. Turn your heels slightly out. If you were able to take a narrower stance last time, start with that narrow stance, and we'll kind of focus on the hamstrings here again. Hands come to the hips, breathe in and lift up your gaze. As you breathe out, keep your gaze up, reach your chest forward, cock the hips back, and then pause when you feel like your spine is starting to curl. Soft through the knees, bring your weight into your toes. Good, breathe in. And then breathe out, just let your body hang down. Doesn't matter if your spine curls. You can even sway left and right if that would feel good on the lower back and help you loosen up a little bit. Just let gravity do its thing. Good. Wherever you are, let's come back onto the fingertips. Pivot on the feet so the left foot is in front. Take that right knee down, have a seat. You're going to have the sole of the right foot to the inside of that left leg. Make sure the hips are pretty even, so you're not cocking that left hip forward. That's kind of typical when we take this pose. So try to stay even with the hips. Push down through the ball of that left foot. Lift up through the pinky toe edge. Lift up the arms, breathe in. We're going to work dynamically again. Keep the biceps by the ears, spin the pinkies in toward each other. As you exhale, reach the sternum forward, 45 degrees. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale to 45 or thereabouts. 2 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Again, in. And then release. Bring the hands down onto some part of the leg. Again, trying to maintain a fairly flat spine. So lift up through the sternum, a little bit of mid-spine work here. Lift up the heart, chin stays parallel to the floor. Good, try not to jut the chin forward. And then work with the breath. So as you breathe in, that's when you have a chance to elongate the spine. As you breathe out, that's your chance to come a little bit lower. The belly squeezes in, gives you a little bit more space. So again, work with that dynamic. Remembering too, if you grab onto the piece of the leg, rather than just like resting the hands down, you can pull the body down a little bit more, have a little bit of leverage. Good. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Lift back up. No need for any graceful or ungraceful ways back to down dog. We're just going to sit down and stay here. I'm going to turn toward the camera for you guys though. So take the soles of the feet together and take the knees out. So you're in a butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Lift up the spine. So if you can grab onto the feet or the shins or ankles, again, use that to help give you some leverage to get a nice long spine. And when you're here, close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a nice big deep breath in. Deep breath out. Feeling a little bit more stretch in the quads. Not a lot of work going on in the hamstrings. So give yourself a break here. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we're going to be working again with a little bit more forward folding. We're going to be working on a forward fold with both legs extended. So you already did kind of a half version of that. We're going to get both legs out into Paschimottanasana. And then we'll do a wide-legged forward fold. And from there, we'll be able to kind of create the hybrid of the two, getting into turtle. in theory. All right, so let's try. So extend your legs out, both of the legs out long. Bounce out the legs, make sure that they're nice and loose. Sit as though you have a wall behind you. So again, that nice flat spine. If you need to bend your knees in order to get that to happen, go ahead and bend the knees. No shame in that. Even with the knees bent or legs straight, doesn't matter. Again, push down through the ball of the foot, lift up through the pinky toe edge. So you're really getting that the pada bandha going. You're flexing the foot. So it's halfway between a flex and a point. It's almost like you're just pushing on an accelerator. So lift up the arms, breathe in. Breathe out. Legs straight or bent. Come on down. Try to keep a flat back, like I've been saying, flat as best as possible. Hands come down to the legs or the feet as soon as you feel a curl coming into the spine. So once the hands are at the legs, again, it's a little bit easier to pull the legs back as you pull the chest forward or push the chest forward, I guess. Again, we have the tendency to reach with our chins, pull the chin back. I had a teacher before who said if you really want to come down a little bit further with every exhale, reach your tongue out and that'll get you down another inch. I don't know if I believe her, but you guys can try. Nobody's around you, I'm assuming. You're not on camera. So go ahead and give it a shot. But more than anything, focus on your lower back here. Think about the muscles surrounding it. Think about the spine itself. Again, all the connection points between the spine and the pelvis. Good. Another breath or two here. Good. On your next inhalation, lift it all back up. Bounce out the legs a little. Go ahead and take another butterfly pose. Again, this is usually your counter to any kind of forward folding, especially once we get into the wide-legged forward fold. So you can gently bounce the knees if that feels good. All right. So let's go ahead and take, sorry, just thinking of next steps. So take your legs out. So I'm gonna face the camera again. You're gonna try to go for about 90 degrees with your legs. You don't have to go full 180. So look down, make sure that you're not really overdoing it. If you can get closer to 180, go for it. It's really not what we're aiming for anyway. So keep it at about 90. So bend your knees a little. If again, you need a little bit more support in your lower back. If you need more support to make sure that you stay upright and hands come behind you, this is the most supportive of anything. If you feel like you need a little bit more support, bring that sweatshirt, blanket, whatever you have underneath you. A block might be a little too high, but a little bit of cushioning under your bum might be kind of nice, especially if you have a tight low back. If that is where you are for today, you stay there. Open up your hamstrings, your adductors, just work on trying to stay upright. If you are ready to lean forward and you have the core strength to do so, you have the flexibility in the hamstrings, go for it. Again, you're reaching with your chest. You're not trying to curl into yourself. So do not look down toward your pelvis or belly button. You're looking probably about 1.5 feet ahead of you to make sure that you maintain the length in your spine until you can come down with a flat back. Keep flexing your feet wherever you are. Remember, you're trying to increase the length of your inseam. So push down through the balls of the feet, lift up through the pinky toe edge. And revisit that intention. Forward folds are always introspective. So go back to your intention. You've been in this forward fold for a little bit, so you might be able to reach forward a little bit more. Even if you're almost all the way down as I am, lift up your spine a little bit on an inhale. See if you can reach your sternum forward another 1/4 inch. As you exhale, see if you can lay back down. Good. Lift all the way back up as you inhale. And take your hands underneath your knees, bend your knees manually, and then bring the soles of the feet together. Oh, yay. Okay. Butterfly the legs out a little. And now we're going to be coming toward our peak. So if doing that work that we just did was really good for you, great, go back to it. Focus on getting that core strength to keep you upright. Focus on elongating the inseams of the legs as you straighten out and stretch out the legs. But if you're ready for turtle, I'll cue us through it. There is one little thing. I did not really warm up your shoulders a lot for this, so hopefully your shoulders are going to be okay. It's a little bit of inward rotation for that. So legs are going to, again, come out to 90. We're all starting there. We're all going to bend our knees no matter what. So if you're taking turtle, follow with me. If you're not taking turtle, go back to what we just did. Take your hands out in front of you and reach your chest as far forward as you can. You're going to take one hand and kind of feel like you're holding a platter, and then you're spinning that platter toward you. So the palm of your hand is face up and your fingertips are facing back. Reach your arm underneath your leg. Do the same thing with the other. Again, your palm is up like you're holding a platter. Spin the platter in toward you. Slide your arm underneath the other leg, and then see if you can bring the body down. If this is already good for you, excellent. Stay here. If you feel like you've got more in you, more flexibility, you're just going to try to heel toe your feet in toward each other. So like I said, this is a little bit of the hybrid of Paschimottanasana, coming into that forward fold with the legs both straight, and our wide-legged forward fold. Eventually, you'll be able to get your feet together and your forehead down, your heart down. I am not there. Maybe you guys are. Enjoy it wherever you are. It's a nice big stretch on the mid and lower back. And let's go ahead and very carefully come back out of this. So climbing down from the tree the way that we got up, you're going to widen the stance of your legs if you brought the legs closer. Take one arm out, palm faces down. Take the other arm out, palm down. Walk your spine back upright. Oh, yay. All right, pull the knees up again manually. Soles of the feet come together. We'll just do this briefly so that we can have time for one kind of counter set for that, getting into a brief back bend, twisting in Shavasana. All right, so gather the knees up. Soles of the feet are at the mat. Roll your way down to your spine. Move my microphone. All right, so soles of the feet down, spine is down, and we're going to take one version of bridge, whatever version feels good to you. I'm just going to do the traditional version. Soles of the feet parallel to each other, or at least, outside borders of the feet parallel. Heels are slightly out. Lift up through the bum, resting your weight on the back of the head, tops of the shoulders, hands clasped underneath. Walk the elbows and shoulders in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift the hips up a little bit higher as you breathe in. Breathe out. Feel like you're a little bit sturdier, pushing the pinkies down into the earth. One more breath like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. On your next breath in, unravel the hands. Walk the elbows and shoulders back out. Roll down onto the spine, one vertebra at a time. Good. Take that left leg straight, gather the right knee into the chest. And then we're going to take a spinal twist. Take your gaze to the right. Your right knee comes over to the left. Pull that right hip down and away from your ribs so you get a little bit longer on the side body. Focus on your exhale here. I have about 4 more breaths. Good, and then let's come back and switch the legs. Right leg goes straight, left knee comes in. And then let's take it over to the right with the left knee. Gaze comes over to the left. Once again, try to reach that left hip down so you have more space between your ribs and your hips. Couple more breaths. If you can hear my neighbor's children out in the hallway, I apologize. They're being very loud as they play right now. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. Release. Back to center. Draw both knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze here. As you're squeezing the knees in, see if you can lower the low back down. Bring the tailbone toward the earth. Good. Maintain some of that length in the spine as you draw yourself into your happy baby. Maybe you stay stable, really trying to elongate the spine. Maybe you rock left and right. Good. When you feel ready, you'll find your way into Shavasana. Get all your squiggles out. So push into the back of the head, wiggle the shoulders down, wiggle the hips and feet down. Let the arms and legs and the back of the head just be heavy against the mat. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle out your fingertips and your toes. Becoming aware of your sensations again, maybe grazing the thumb across each of the fingertips. Rock your head left and right. And then point through the toes and lift the arms up long overhead, reaching for the floor behind you, arcing your spine off the mat. Get a nice big body on. And then when you feel ready, gather the knees back into the chest. Rolling to one side or coming straight through the center. Keep your eyes closed as you come up to a seat. Take a nice big deep breath in. Slowly release. Revisit that intention that you had at the very beginning of the hour. Drawing your awareness down to that space in the physical body where you wanted to draw that attention. Or maybe it was focusing on the inhalations and exhalations. Or getting some mental clarity. Take a moment. And perhaps set a new intention for yourself as you step off of your mat into whatever's ahead. Let's seal in the practice and perhaps that new intention with a breath, arms out to the sides. Inhale, lift the arms up long overhead. Touch the palms together. And exhale, slide the hands down to heart center. Thank you, everybody, for your practice this evening. Be well, be good. Namaste. Thank you, folks.
Thank
Oh,
you.
good. You're welcome. Hopefully that helped you guys with your lower and mid backs.
That was great for our backs. Thank you, Diane.
Good, you're
All right.
welcome.
Good luck with school tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're back.
Yay. You're welcome,
Right.
Laura. Thanks so much to you, Monica. Yay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks. All right, I'll see you guys next week.
Take care.
You too.